Any better.
Why don't you just start off by telling us a little bit about how this all came together and how you're feeling after the
Yeah. Yeah, I feel amazing. Obviously, this is definitely a God thing. Um, like I said, I'm always gonna give him thanks in whatever goes on. I think just this whole thing, this whole process has been, I feel like, a lot taxing, even for me and my wife, even the kids. They've been growing up. I think it's taxing for them, but um, this is definitely God. I think His sovereignty and His faithfulness in all of this has made me even appreciate Him even more. It's been so fun going through this whole year, going through this process, thinking about just this past year and staying with the Saints, looking at other aspects of where to go. But this is home for us. I think we've had our greatest challenges here. We've had our biggest disappointments here, raised our kids. New Orleans has shown us how to grow up. We were little kids. I feel like coming here at 23 years old, 24 years old, and now we're 28, 29, and New Orleans accept us with open arms. I feel like I think it was only right, to come back and kind of finish something that we started. So I'm really, really appreciative of being here. Thinking, that the front office, thinking the head coach is interested in me and bringing me back, and so ready to get to work and do more of what we planned to do when I first got here in 2020.
Do you take any time within that reflection to reflect upon just like you're a wide receiver, you switch, and now you're on your second contract?
Yeah.
Because of that. And
Yeah.
how that's working?
Yeah. It's so crazy. Like me and my wife was talking about this the other day. We don't like to think of everything as money, but just me as a rookie coming in signing a $10,000 signing bonus. I bet those guys upstairs didn't think that they were going to sign a guy for 20 mil a year, and it just shows more of what I trusted in God and Him, like having me to be fruitful with little, so I can be fruitful with much. And as you know, faith with works is alive. And so that's the one thing that, we live by in our family is, faith with works is alive. And so, yeah, man, I mean, just looking at everything and starting as a receiver and moved to tight end, like everybody's just like eye open, like, well, you started as a receiver, like in the league, and then you moved to tight end, like, yeah. But I just wanted to play, and I love football. And that's all we care about around here is we just love football. I see those guys over there in jerseys. I bet y'all just love football too. And you don't care what position you were at. I don't care where I was in the NFL. I just wanted to play football. I wanted to make a living for myself, and I just wanted to, glorify God with the talents that I had. So that's all I wanted to do, and I didn't care if I was tight end. I didn't care if I was defensive end. But I just wanted to play football and do what I could to just stay in the league.
Kind of going off that, I mean, coming in the league undrafted and working your way to earning more playing time than earning this second contract. I mean, when you kind of look at your journey and reflect on that, I mean, just how kind of grateful are you for everything, how it panned out here?
Yeah, I'm so grateful. And a lot of that, I credit that to my wife. She's been through me through a whole lot, and especially through the years, but definitely this past year. Um, and she could tell you. I mean, breaking my foot before the season, like I was in a very I was in a dark place. Because it's just like, man, like I'm really trying to have an impact in the team, and I feel like we have something good going. And for me, I carry a lot of the weight on what the city has, and so I was like, man, I don't even want to let the city down. I don't let my teammates down. I don't let the front office down because, I mean, we got high expectations, and so, yeah, man. I mean, just looking back at everything, it was just like I really want to, affect this team in a way, but I really want to affect this community in a way. So, just looking back at everything, like you said, um, I'm just extremely grateful of where I'm at and where I'm going to go. And I feel like this just doesn't stop. Like I don't want this to. I feel like me being 28. I feel like people put a limit on me and say like, oh, this guy's old, in a way, to be like, oh, I don't think he's, is going to make it to 4 more years, 5 more years. But I mean, if you trust God, I mean, I could play for another, 6, 7 more years. And I think I'm not going to put a limit on myself, and I don't think anybody else should. So, yeah, this is a 3-year contract, but I want to be staying in New Orleans for a lot longer than that. So I think for me, I'm extremely grateful, and I don't want this to be just a 3-year thing.
Have you studied this new offense at all?
Yeah.
Based on some of the key points that stand out to you about it?
Yeah. Well, you can ask my wife if I studied. Um, she got mad at me yesterday or 2 days ago, what have you. She was like, "Well, what are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm watching watching film, trying to find out what's going on." And I was like, "Are you upset?" She was like, "Well, yeah, because you're spending family time." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, what's happening. I mean, we have a season coming up, and I really want to be prepared for what's happening and what we got going on." And so, Kellen's done a great job, especially with his offense in the past years. I mean, he's been with the Chargers, Dallas, and obviously just won a Super Bowl with Philly. And so, just seeing what he's done, I just have to see, like, how players are going to be used, how the team is going to be used, and how in the direction that we're going. And so that's why I really wanted to just take a deep dive in and really focus on, like, what's going to happen. And so I'm extremely intrigued. I'm excited to see what's to come. Um, I mean, explosive offense, as everybody knows. But that also obviously comes as, us playing as a team. And so I'm excited. I'm see how all it comes together, how he is as a head coach, how guys rally around him. I think that's the biggest thing.
Were those conversations with him important? I mean, obviously New Orleans is going to be hard to beat
Yeah.
in free agency journey, but did you want to make sure this was the right offense?
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, I didn't look at anything until he was announced as head coach. And, short story, I mean, I called Clint. I mean, not Clint. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes. Don't tell Clint that. Or Kellen. It's just the K's, man. But Kellen, I called Kellen. Man, it was like 11, 12 o'clock at night. And I was just like, man, like, what's the deal? Like, are you guys, like what's, like, what is it? Like, why do you guys want me, really? And so, yeah, he just told me, like, we got on the phone, man, and we talked it out. And really on, like, what the plan is, what his vision is for the team. And because I was up at night, I told Shane, I was like, Shane, I got to call this dude. Like, I was like, I can't sleep. Because we were deciding between teams. Like, I'm deciding, like, where to put my family for the next 3 years, 3 or so years. And so I really had to just, like, understand where we wanted to go. Because something in my heart was telling me, man, I got to stay in New Orleans. But if I stay in New Orleans, it got to make sense. I got to make a wise decision.
What did he say that might convince you?
Yeah. It's not even really more so what he said. I just think it's more of the heart posture towards it. And I think that, he wasn't trying to sell me a dream, man. I don't want dreams to sell because at the end of the day, like, we're trying to win something. And so I just think us just having a candid conversation was the biggest thing. And yeah, to be honest, I mean, obviously Sean was trying to get me from the Broncos and the Seahawks and a couple other teams. And I think those were teams that were very familiar with me. And it was very intriguing, but I felt like this was the place to be for me and the family.
I know you don't want to give away too many secrets on what his vision
Mhm.
is in the offense, but I mean, in general, obviously, we always ask how much of it is receiving, how much
Yeah.
is blocking,
Yeah.
how instrumental is the position itself
Yeah.
in his offense. What are some
Yeah.
highlights?
Well, the one thing I want to do for myself as a player is to not limit myself to just being a receiver. And I know I was a receiver, my first year, and making the transition my second year. The one thing I want to do is just not limit myself and be able to, get taken off the field whenever a blocking situation comes up. And I felt like I proved myself this year in the way, that I block. And so what I'm going to do is just keep putting on film that I can block and be a dominant blocker. I'm doing stuff in, training right now just to work on my blocking, so I'm not, just limited to, oh, he's just a pass catcher. No, I want to be a well-rounded tight end, and I want to get the respect of that I'm not just a guy who's just made the transition to receiver to tight end.
How do you keep that stretch in the last to step up?
Yeah.
Just halfway there.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
To be totally honest with you, it also makes me upset because I don't want to just be, a guy that's used when guys are down. And don't- he's really late. This season is to get nobody kind of fizzled off. On 50, see that in the but I think the biggest thing I think the complete season.
That they were really interested in re-signing closer to
Honestly, I didn't hear anything. Yeah, I was like, man, all these guys gonna like resign. They gave me because in the beginning, guys don't want me. Maybe they're moving on or whatever the case may be. Okay, maybe this is something that they're moving past. Yeah, they just that it wasn't just one matter of a week. They're trying to be respectful because they know like I had a market too, and I had to like just letting them know that if I I'm not gonna lie, I really this is just got it was like a 1 minute call, but like weeks later, so I'm sorry about that. Oh man, it was like 15, 20. It was a life decision. I mean, because this is just something where I'm gonna have to stay here. There's logistics out.
what are the expectations like when it comes to how much of it means to you?
Not really much of what he said is. I'm a proud of it, but
Derek.
yeah, yeah. To be honest, it was about just me and him, or anything like that. We talk. He was saying was just trying to. Yeah, it was huge. A lot of backlash right now for we all know the obvious reasons, but he's our quarterback, and so we stand behind him. And that's the things that we do as a team, and I feel like that's moving forward. Us as a community, us as a team, us as an organization, like we got to stand behind him because that's the guy that's leading us.
How close did you come to leaving? Like, was there a moment in this process where you thought you were headed to Denver?
There was a lot of back and forth. I'll tell you that, and that's what I'm saying. Like it was just so like exhausting and so draining. Because there were a lot of ups and downs, and I mean, as you guys know, in free agency, like a team can come up just like that, and then another team. It's just like it's so much up and down through the whole process, and so as you know, like everybody's expendable. Like anybody can go this place or anybody can go that place. You just always have to be ready. But I feel like the biggest thing is just knowing that wherever I go, like someone's going to get all of me. Somebody's going to have a great family. Someone's going to try to affect the community in a big way, and same with the team.
Obviously, you're coming off a year where you had most catches and most yards in a season. Do you think that's kind of indicative of the fact that your best football is to come, and how much momentum do you think you have heading into these next couple of years?
Yeah. Like I said before, I feel like I've always came on late, and that's something that's always frustrated me throughout my career. I just want to have a complete season, and I feel like there's still so much left on the plate for me. And I feel like the front office sees that. I feel like my teammates see that, and I feel like they always come to me like, why are they not using it? I'm like, look, it's all about the long game, and I feel like I'm poised for a big year at some point, and whether that be this year, I'm super excited, and you guys won't be no stranger to it because you guys seen it too on the practice field, and you guys seen that. But at the end of the day, like there's going to be a time where it's going to click, and it's going to get scary, and so. I'm not trying to say that to be like, oh, here he is saying something. Like, the action has to follow it. So, I mean, I know what I can do, and everybody around you know I can do in this building. So, we're going to see.
If that call goes unanswered or goes differently, are you in Denver?
We don't know. I mean, that's the thing at the end of the day. Like, we never know what could happen, but I'm just glad it worked out this way. I mean, like I said, things always change. Like, it was changing literally daily. Like we were seeing like every day, like what is going to happen today, because things happen daily. And this was several teams, not the teams I even mentioned. Like these are with different teams. Like different teams just popped up, out of nowhere, and like, oh well, we can go this place, oh we can go this place. But ultimately at the end of the day, like this is something like our heart was like, man, like New Orleans is it. Like I don't know why like we're looking different places and looking like this is where we're supposed to be.
I know you said that you didn't know what the call was, but do you know if you already had that offer that the Saints made free agency?
Yeah, the call was on the table at that point, and so that was like a couple days before that we had that offer, and so just pondering on that, thinking about it, and then going to my wife about it, just like what do we think about it, and so just sleeping on that and knowing that I couldn't sleep, so I just reached out to him and we had a conversation. It was great.
Well, why was staying in New Orleans important? Just, I mean, especially considering some of the down years you guys have
Yeah.
recently missing the playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
Why just want to stay here?
Yeah, because having like the saying, the grass is never greener on the other side, but sometimes the grass doesn't mean that you have to leave. Sometimes the grass means that you need to turn the page or have a different attitude about something, and that's something that I'm a firm believer in. I give you a short story. I remember when I was in the transfer portal at Penn State and going to Oregon, something about me was just like I'm so grateful that I went to Oregon, but there's something about me was just like, man, like I felt like I should stay. And I said, when I get this opportunity again, like I'm going to stay. And so opportunity comes up again where I have a decision between leaving New Orleans Saints or going somewhere else. And it was like literally the last couple of days of before I signed with the Saints, and it was just like my heart was telling me, man, you had to stay. Like something is telling me to stay, and it gave me a peace. Like I didn't feel like I was rushed. I didn't feel like anxiety. I felt a lot of peace when I was told to stay. So that was the biggest thing for me. Like I need to stay because I want to finish something that I started with this team.
How much did the initial offer kind of reflect what the final deal was?
It's like they're alive. I feel like, I guess to give you a little insight, a lot of times teams give you low balls, and the Saints didn't do that. And I was like, wow, like, okay, these guys really like me and really respect me. That too kind of changed, how I felt about the whole situation, because at first nobody reached out, and I was like, man, you see this guy getting re-signed, you see this guy re-signed, like Saints, like why y'all not hitting me up? And they did, and initial offer was great. Obviously, we still had to explore other options, and that's when conversations started to happen. So, yeah, I mean, the first initial offer, that's something that speaks a lot of values to how they think about me.
Lighter note, what did you kind of make of the memes going around with severance?
Thank you, because I'm not gonna lie, you was giving out those freaking calls. I was like, dang, like we gonna stop being so serious, bro. Jeez, wait, dang. I thought it was funny because me and my wife, we watched Severance all day. Like it was hilarious. And I was like, bro, first of all, they was fishing because I haven't had a mustache, just a mustache, in like 2 years. So they was searching for that photo. But I thought it was hilarious. I thought the 80s dad was like really funny. And I even asked her, I was like, should I like get my mustache back? But that's to be determined. I think I might do something next time y'all see me at OTAs. I might have a stash. So we'll see. But yeah, Mr. Milchick, I hope he hollers at me one day. We get take a photo together and with both our stashes. So yeah.
Do the milkshake dance.
Oh heck no, I don't know. We definitely not doing that. Mr. Milchick is so serious. Like I want you to just like chill out a little bit. He went to Xavier. Look at that guy. Can we invite him to a New Orleans Saints game? Can we get that? Tweet it out or X'd out or however y'all call it. Tweet it out. Yeah, tweet.
How many reps or plays do you feel like you added this season to your playlist? Was it the I'm Him playlist?
Ooh. Oh yeah. Man, you got good memory. I'm not that good at memory. But a couple more, a lot more, actually. Like I said, it's all compacted into like, practice clips, game clips, things like that. And I just looked at it recently, and it also reminds me. I want to talk to young guys right here because like what he's talking about is that I have a photo album of all the good plays that I made like as a receiver or as a tight end, and so whenever I feel like discouraged, I just go back to those things, and I like play those things over to remind myself of, like this is who I am, and so yeah, like I've added to that thing right there, and it honestly gives me a lot of confidence. It reminds me of who I am, and it honestly makes you feel good. And so, but yeah. Absolutely. Appreciate y'all. Absolutely.
Morning, good morning. Happy to be here. It's an honor to play for the great state of Louisiana. New Orleans Saints. Pretty much all my family Saints fans. Either Saints or Cowboys, so it's an honor to be here. Can't wait to get to work. You guys can open up.
How did the process go down? Were you and your team looking for places to go, or was it the Saints that reached out?
Of course, once the trade came out, New England, both sides, wanted to kind of get a trade, and the Saints was really one of the teams that was really aggressive. And my agent hit me. He was like, New Orleans is calling, and I was like, shit. That'd be a great opportunity to come back and play in Louisiana, and it was a great opportunity, and I'm happy to be here and just ready to get to work.
What was it that caused sort of that? You said that both sides
Mm-hmm.
were looking for.
Yeah. Just the opportunity to come back home, playing the NFC South. It's my first time playing the NFC. I've been in the AFC since I got in the league, going on year 9. So I'm excited. I know it could be a great opportunity to help with some of the run defense here, and I'm excited to do whatever I can to help the team to win. One game at a time. Got some great veterans on the team like Cam, Tyron, Demario Davis. So I'm excited to get to work with those guys, a lot of other guys, and put this thing together and get some wins.
What does it mean to you to be back home? I know you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but what does it mean to you to be back home? You probably thought
Yeah.
this as a kid in college. Most of your life.
To play high school here, Plaquemine, to play college here, LSU, and now to be here to play for the New Orleans Saints is a dream come true. It's kind of like a full circle. I know a lot of people don't get these opportunities, so I want to take full advantage of it by coming here and representing the state of Louisiana in the right way. And it just means a lot, having family watch it every Sunday. Now it's a little closer in Louisiana, so it just means a lot to come here and put it all on the line and give it everything you got. And each and every Sunday, Thursday, Monday, try to collect together and get some wins because this team has a lot of potential to do that, but we just got to put it on the field on Sundays.
You mentioned that your family was all Saints and Cowboys fans. Were you a Saints fan?
Actually, growing up, I was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I was a big, Mean Joe Green. I know it's kind of way before my time, but now I'm a New Orleans Saints fan, so I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to get to work, and it's going to be exciting. Coach Moore, I believe in the direction he's going to bring this team. Coach Stanley as DC, I believe in that too. So I'm just ready to get to work.
Can you just describe kind of the game and how you see it?
Just a dominant run player. I mean, whatever the team needs, that's what I made my bread and butter at in the league, entering year 9. Whatever the team needs me to help with, I'm gonna do it. Kind of like the dirty work player. I've been that all my life, taking up double teams, the one-on-one plays when I'm free, make the plays. So I kind of been that my whole career. So I'm excited to prevail and do it in this system. And yeah.
Is your expectation to play nose in this?
Whatever they need me to play, I can play nose. I can play 4. I can play 5. I can play it all. Versatile player, and I'm excited to bring that.
Have you spoken to Brandon Staley? What were those conversations?
I mean, watched me play on film. Told me he was a big fan of me. Playing the Chargers when they came down to New England and played us with Bill. So I'm excited. He saw me play nose. He saw me play shade. He saw me play 2. I can play whatever on the defense. I mean, one thing at LSU when I was there, Coach Ed Ogeron always told me, the more you can do, stay versatile. Like, play with your left hand down, play with your right hand down. And I thank him for that today, because now you see in this day and age, in this league, they actually play multiple positions. I know in New England, we played multiple. Bill wanted you to play everything. If you was 300 pounds, he wanted you to play 5 technique. He wanted you to play nose. He wanted you everything. So the more you can do, the better you can be in this league. And I kind of, take my pride on that, being a versatile guy to do everything.
The mentality of being like, the dirty work player, sometimes you blocks or someone else can make a play. Is that
Yeah.
something you just always have,
Yeah.
that selflessness, or is that something that kind of developed, over time throughout your career?
I mean, I made a lot of plays in this league, made a lot of tackles. But I mean, when it's my time to take up a double team, I could take it up. So I mean, I don't, look at it like, eating up blocks all the time, because I mean, it is going to be a lot of one-on-one situations that I do have to make the plays. And when that time comes, I'll make sure I'll be prepared. So I mean, whatever it takes. If I got to take the double team up on that play, just so somebody else can come free and make a play, I'll do it. It's all about team defense. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to join this group, and yeah.
Does it mean a lot that a team obviously installing a new scheme and switching sort of base schemes and stuff identified you as a player that can help foundation for that?
Yeah, I'll say that, because usually, when you get a new head coach, a lot of people want to rebuild. And, I just, I've been in the league going on 9 years now. So, when the new head coach, they want to rebuild, and to call me and to, bring me to this defense, to help this defense to get better, that was a very exciting call for me, and I'm excited for it, looking forward to it.
You didn't overlap at LSU, but did you know Bo Davis previously?
Yeah, Bo, I had a chance to meet him this season at LSU. Bo, he's a very energetic guy, great coach. Never great things about him. I know a lot of guys at Alabama that he coached also too. So it's going to be a very exciting process to work with Bo. Never worked with him, but always heard a lot of great things about him. But she's kind of like the same kind of tree, like the Pete Jenkins tree, the Bo Davis. It's a lot of coaches in the NFL, D-line coaches taking that, like Bill Belichick. All those guys kind of learn from the same tree. Nick Saban, all those guys. So it's going to be exciting to work with Bo. Like I said, never worked with him, but I'm very excited for it.
You talked about obviously being a run stopper.
Mm.
This is a team that struggled
Yep.
against the run last year. How eager are you to kind of help out with this team in that capacity if needed? And do
Yeah.
you think that you have enough around you with this roster in order for you to be successful in however they need to?
Absolutely. But it takes all 11. It takes the other 10 people on the field too. I know a lot of people, when you look at the film, when you look at the stats and you see like 200 rushing yards or whatever, like all the D-line didn't do nothing, but it takes 11. It takes the safeties to come down. It takes the linebackers to be in great fits. It takes everybody, and that's what I learned playing in New England, playing with Bill Belichick. It takes it's a team defense, and if you can get all 11 people to play team defense, it's nice to have a group come together like this, all from different backgrounds, come together and play one as team ball, and we can do that. We can stop anybody. I'm a firm believer in that. It takes confidence. It takes repetition and practice to keep repping and getting it right. And it's just going to take a lot of leadership to do the things that we want to do to get what we want to get.
How would you say you evolved as a leader and a tone setter?
I was telling somebody this the other day, I'm not a big rah-rah guy. I kind of lead by my play. Of course, if one of the young guys need help, need to be, set straight, I can step in. But, I main so lead by my play. actions, being on time, going out there on the practice field, giving my all, dominating my blocks. I'm not really a guy who's really going to jump in somebody's face, but if somebody needs to be talked to, I'll sit them to the side and talk to them.
What would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned from Godchaux?
Just being smart, man. Just knowing a lot about the game. I mean, just knowing formations before the play even happened. Just watching film. Just all of that. I mean, just seeing what to study on film. It's just. I mean, the guy's just so detailed. The guy's just so smart. The guy, honestly, he's ahead of his time. I mean, the guy's. I mean, he's having fun right now in life. I don't know if you guys see it on social media, but he's just a genius, man. And I appreciate him for that. A good 4 years definitely playing with him.
What do you make that he's now in college?
Huh? Oh, man. I think he's going to do great. I mean, like I said, he's ahead of his time. He's ahead of a lot of college coaches. The guys just got to buy in. It just takes a team to buy in. If his guys at North Carolina buy in, he'll be good. Anything? Appreciate it.